Mr. Randolph, are you on Blue Jeans? Mr. Bradford, can you hear anything going on in the room next door?
Yeah, I see him too. He's logged in as J945-8 JDC inmate hearing.
Huh? Okay. Mr. Randolph, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Mr. Randolph is here. Let's go to page 5. C-250966, State of Nevada versus Thomas Randolph. May the record reflect Mr. Randolph is present via Blue Jeans from the Nevada Department of Corrections. Mr. Ornos is here on his behalf, as well as Mr. Orem is also here, and Mr. Pesci is here on behalf of the state. Mr. Ornos or Mr. Orem, what is the status on trial readiness? Are we on track?
We are on track, Your Honor.
Okay, and the Crime Stopper materials, it's my understanding the state is not opposed to getting an order to turn those over. Have we already done that?
That's my understanding as well, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Ornos, do you know, has the order already been submitted?
We will be submitting it shortly.
Okay, so I'll sign that order based on the representation that there's a stipulation to release those records. So as soon as I get the order, I'll sign that order, we'll release those records. Anything else that we need to discuss today, Mr. Ornos?
Judge Jones, can you hear me?
I can, Mr. Randolph?
I have some problems. I've been trying to get with the lawyers, and they tell me that the prison will not let them visit me virtually, will not let them talk to me telephonically. That is what you guys told me, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
and Your Honor, excuse me, I would address this, Jim Ornos.
So
You know, it's very difficult. I mean, sometimes we try to get a message to them, they won't pass it on. It's, you know, their policies are making it extraordinarily difficult for us to talk to our client, even on the phone. Now, of course, we can go up there and we're going to do that, but you know, if we have to limit contact to just those times where we can travel to the prison, I mean, obviously that's really going to impact our ability to communicate with our client.
No, I
Okay,
mean,
Judge Jones, my concern is I was under the impression, because we've had virtual conversations with Tom Erickson, which I guess is no longer on my case. So I know what happens. And I know you signed an order because they took the cuffs off so I can write and stuff. So I know there's an order in place. And I thought the last time we talked, when they took me to Clark County just to do this over the virtual thing here, which was just a total waste of time and exposing me to COVID, I asked you about a standing order and you said you didn't think that was in place, but you had no problem with that. It's beyond me that my lawyers cannot set up a virtual, and maybe they're not shooting straight with me, but this is getting old really fast. So I got a problem, and I got 2 or 3 problems I want to put on the record today. I filed a motion. I don't know if you have got that. I know my lawyers got it. The state should have had it by now. But this has been going on for 14 years. There are motions that my attorneys should be filing in the next 3 weeks, but they have to talk to me first. We've been getting files, but when I say, I need to talk to you, and they say, we need to talk to you, okay, set up a virtual call. There's supposed to be a court order. It doesn't happen. They say, we can't do it. The prison won't let us. Set up a telephonic call. Well, we can't do that. The prison won't let us. So I don't know who's doing what here, but it's my understanding you're the judge, you write the orders, they do what you tell them, not what they want to do. So, and I'm talking not about the lawyers, I'm talking about the prison. I need contact with my lawyers need to see me. I've been spending a fortune sending them, mailing them things, so we're at this point, but they won't let them come out and visit me. Even though we've had the COVID vaccine months now, I am sitting in limbo. I know what I know, and this case is over. It's just a matter of filing a couple of motions, and the state's not going to be happy with it, but they screwed up and they're going to have to live with the consequence. But nothing's going to get done until my lawyers file this. Nothing's going to get done until my lawyers come out and see me or whatever. So I'm asking if my lawyers file a motion to have me transported to one of their offices, because there are literally hundreds of pictures and dozens of hours of video and audio that I have to listen to, because I haven't had that yet. It's been 14 years and I haven't seen the whole walkthrough, just because I've had 25 lawyers in 14 years, starting my 14th year, and the only two that did anything was my Utah attorneys. So it's really getting frustrating to me because, like I said, I know what I know. I photocopy everything, and this is nonsense. I'm not going to put up with this much longer. So I'm asking if my lawyers file an order asking me to be transported to their office so that I can access the computer and go over the files, because they have the files. You would certainly sign that, I would believe, because that's happened in the past. If my lawyers get an order saying that they need to talk to me virtually a couple of hours here, a couple hours there, it's my understanding you've already signed those orders. They're in place. If they're not, they will refile those, and it's my belief you would sign those. If my lawyers file a motion and orders saying they need to talk to me telephonically and set this up, it's my belief that you would sign those. Am I incorrect? Are you not going to sign orders allowing me access to my attorneys?
I'm not going to sign an order to transport you to your attorney's office because that's outside of my jurisdiction. That is up to the prison where you are transported. So you're incorrect, and I'm going to sign that. I can't tell you whether or not I'm going to sign any other orders that you mentioned because I haven't seen them and I don't know what the reasoning is behind them, which is, I'm sure, the reason why Mr. Ornos probably is in preparation of those orders and hasn't submitted them, because Mr. Ornos is 110% aware of what is and is not legally allowed. And Mr. Ornos isn't going to request something that he knows isn't legally allowed. Mr. Ornos just indicated that he has been having problems with being able to see you at the prison. And I did sign an order back on, I signed it May 18th, saying that he's supposed to have weekly telephonic conferences with you. And Mr. Ornos, are you saying that that is not being complied with?
I am, Your Honor. Yeah, it's not. They,
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna need to get the prison. We're gonna need to get the prison here so we can have discussions with them about how this is going to proceed. I'm having this issue with the prison in another case, and they will actually be here on Monday in regards to that issue. But Mr. Ornos, I'm gonna ask you to get in touch with the prison and file a motion to put this on calendar on the day that and we need them here. We need the Attorney General's office here on behalf of the prison so that they can discuss why the prison is not in compliance with the order that I issued. And Henry Kim is here, it appears. Mr. Kim, are you here on this matter?
Your Honor, I'm actually here on the Bradford matter. I apologize for the camera; it's not working for some reason.
Okay, but how do we get in touch with, who's representing the prison in regards to not honoring my orders on Thomas Randolph?
Your Honor, I'm not. I mean, because it's a criminal case, and if there's an outstanding order regarding a weekly teleconference, I can certainly look into that and see what's going on. But I'm not sure if anybody's been made aware of that order. I'm not sure who's Mr. Orem is on this case.
Jim Ornos, you were made aware. As a matter of fact, I sent it to the prison, and the prison then called Chambers. So.
Okay, I personally haven't been made aware. So let's make that clear. Who at the prison did you provide the order to, and they deny the teleconference? I mean, this is something that this is.
They just ignored it. They called Chambers. No one even called us back. They just ignored it and called Chambers. That's what they did.
Okay.
So nobody called us back to even tell us that.
How about you can communicate with me, and then I can possibly facilitate and assist you in scheduling a teleconference with your client.
Fantastic. I'm sorry, what's your name again?
My name is Henry Kim, and you can look up my information on the State Bar website.
Okay, AG, I got it. Okay.
Judge Jones, also, this virtual, we can talk on the phone, but obviously I can't see any video that my lawyers have that I need to see. They can't see any files that I have. Now, I have been sending my Jim, a lot of files that is the crux of, there's 17, 18, 19 boxes of files. You only need these 300 or 400 pages. They speak for themselves. They will be my defense. If we go to trial, they will be the crux of what I am going to report to you in a minute. And then the state's going to have a real issue. But virtually, if nothing else, if we get 2 or 3 hours right in a row, and that's why I've done this, here's page 1, they got page 1, I got page 1, and we can go through each and every one of those files if it takes, and it's going to take 2-3 hours right in a row. And we do this virtually so that we can actually, I can show them. That's the purpose of having my hands uncuffed, so I can hold the files up and we can see what we got here. Also, my lawyer says they have no problem coming out and seeing me, bringing the laptop, bringing all the video, and spending all day here. They said that's not a problem, but they won't let me do that, or they won't let them do that. This is nonsense. I want the hell out of here, and I know when these lawyers see what there is to see, they're going to file the appropriate motions, and they're going to ruin your day, and they're going to ruin the state's day, because then you are going to grant these motions that they file, and I'm going home. It's that simple. But it's not going to happen until they come and see me, till they have access to me. I've been waiting 14 years. I've had 25 attorneys. It's getting old. So you have to step up and make these people do what they need to do. And lastly, and this is
Mr. Randolph. All right, Mr. Kim is going to help facilitate getting you access to your lawyers. He just told Mr. Ornos that. Mr. Kim is going to facilitate that. So we're about to set a status check to make sure that that's been done and that you've had access to your lawyers. So that's exactly what we're going to do in regards to that issue. What is your last issue?
Okay, I had a question. I couldn't hear you earlier. I heard the lawyers saying something about they were supposed to get something within so many days, and now I didn't hear what you was talking about. When we first started and you didn't know I was here, something about they was expecting some paperwork and they hadn't got it, or
they're talking about the material from Crime Stoppers that there's been a court order for them to get. The state is agreeing to give it to them. The order is going to be signed for them to get it.
so we should have that in.
I have no idea, Mr. Randolph. I don't
okay.
control Crime
Okay.
Stoppers.
What I was asking, and I will try to get with the attorneys, if they can hopefully come out on the 10th. I know this is a holiday weekend, July 10th, spend some time with me. I'm wondering if we can have a status check on the 16th to see if these have been filed, because if they haven't filed these things, then we need to talk about maybe we're not working together, the lawyers and I, but I think I believe they're going to do what they're supposed to do. But is there a way to have a status check on the 16th so
No,
that
Mr.
I can?
Could I be heard? Judge, could I be heard?
Yes, Mr. Randolph, first of all, you can't dictate when the lawyers are going to come visit you, okay? These lawyers are going to come visit you when they can arrange to come out and visit you. I am not going to sit here and guarantee you that that's going to happen on July 10th, because then if it doesn't happen, then we lie. Mr. Randolph, when I'm talking, you're not. I'm not going to guarantee you that. We're also not having a status check date on July 16th. I'm going to set a status check date momentarily, but I'm about to hear from Mr. Orm because he would like to be heard. Go ahead, Mr. Orm.
Your Honor, just so the record is clear, I'm confirming today. I know Mr. Randolph has serious issues, and I'm going to work with Mr. Randolph and Mr. Ornos. I'm confirming today. I know very limited information about the case, but we're going to make sure that Mr. Randolph is visited, his issues are taken care of, the appropriate motions are filed. And so I want to assure the court and Mr. Randolph of that. I know Mr. Ornos is working hard on the case.
Thank you, Mr. Orman. I have no doubt that that's exactly what you're gonna do. So I'm ordering Mr.
Okay,
Kim to communicate with Mr. Ornos and Mr. Orem to make sure we get these visits coordinated. You guys will have that done. We'll have a status check on July 30th for a status check on visitation at 8:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What was the date?
July 30th.
July, okay, that was my, I have 2 minutes and I'm done. I filed a motion and I don't think you've got it yet. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, basically what this motion is, and it's, I'm
Mr.
filing.
Randolph, you're not gonna tell me what the motion is. When I get the motion,
I'm
it's gonna be
sorry?
calendar. You're not gonna tell me what the motion is today because the motion is not on calendar and I'm not gonna decide it because I haven't read it. When the motion gets
Okay.
filed, I'm going to read it and then I will decide it at that time.
Okay, that's what I had asked, if we could do that on the 30th, so I guess you'll decide that and let us know.
Yep. Yep, thank
Okay,
you, sir.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys, that's what I wanted to hear you was gonna do.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
all right. Thank you.